What's happening, Steeler Nation? Welcome, man, to another edition of the Before Play. The Pittsburgh Steelers will take on the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati in Week 12. And let's talk about it. And listen, I'm going to go ahead and tell you in advance, this should be very simple and very easy in terms of what I think the Steelers need to do to secure victory. All right, but before we get started, of course, what we're going to do is take a look at the injury report for both the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals, and we'll take a look at the game time status. Some of these guys will be questionable, and of course, I'm recording this today, which is Friday. I will be traveling tomorrow on Saturday, so certain things, that might happen in terms of who's activated, who's not, that I won't be able to report on. And also, I will remind you guys of this as well at the end of the show. Because I'm traveling, man, I won't be able to see the game in real time on Sunday, unfortunately. I will be in New York, traveling back home, but I will be able to watch the condensed version of the game, and I plan to do that and then still come on sometime Sunday evening, Sunday night, or what have you, for a afterplay and just give my thoughts on what I saw in the game. All right, so just want to give you that quick public service announcement. But let's get into it, man. Let's take a look and see. As you can see here, man, the Pittsburgh Steelers, Week 12 injury report, game time status. We already know Minkah Fitzpatrick is out. I'm going to talk about that in a moment. Montravius Adams is out, as well as James Pierre, who is questionable. James Pierre, I believe, is still playing some special teams for us. So, it hasn't really been a factor here lately in the last couple of weeks in terms of defensively. But, you have to take heed to that as well. It's a guy that's been playing special teams. So if he's unable to go, you're going to have to replace him. But if we take a look at the full, report in terms of, practice period on Friday, I always like to take a look at that as well, just in case somebody who showed up on the list on Friday, on Saturday ends up being out. So as we see here, George Pickens was dealing with the shin. Remember, he got hit in the shin, but he was a full participant. Nick Herbig dealing with the hamstring, but he was a full participant on Friday, as well as Cam Haywood, as you can see, not injury related, resting the groin, and of course resting, like they say, the contusion of the birth certificate, if you will. The shout outs to Cam Haywood. So, we pretty much know who's in, who's out from the Steelers standpoint. Now, if we flip over here to Cincinnati, let me get down to Cincinnati, and I'll take a look at their guys who were out on Friday first. Let me make sure it's in frame. Hold on. Scroll up just a bit. Still not showing everybody. Give me another quick second here. Here we go. All right, so for the most part, here they are. We have Joe Burrow, obviously didn't practice, T. Higgins, Jermaine Pratt, as well as Dante Smith and Cam Taylor-Britt did not practice. All right. Full participants was Chase Brown with a hamstring, Akeem Davis-Gaither with a knee, full participant. B.J. Hill with a knee, full participant. Sam Hubbard was limited with an ankle. Andre Lazivus, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. He was full with the knee. Trenton Irvin, a guy who's probably going to see some time this week. One of their young guy receivers there, full, but he's dealing with the hip situation. DJ Reader, illness, but he was full. Cam Sample with the knee, he was full. Offensive tackle Jonah Williams was full with the shoulder. And let's see, was there anyone else? No, that was the last person. So if we scroll up to game time, hold on. Here we go. Nope, still don't have it in the frame. This should be it. There we go. Game status. Obviously, Joe Burrow, who was out. T. Higgins, this is big. He is out with the hamstring. Cam Taylor-Britt, he is out with the quad. This is one of their cornerbacks. Also, offensive tackle Dante Smith is doubtful with the knee. Running back Chase Brown, hamstring questionable, and Jermaine Pratt is questionable with an illness. So I would say definitely keep an eye on Dante Smith and Jermaine Pratt, because both of those guys could be significant losses for the Bengals. But more importantly, man, Cam Taylor-Britt, if I'm not mistaken, this guy is a starter. or at least a sub-package starter for those guys. But I think he starts. I think he's one of their starting corners, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I know I've seen his name several times, so I think he's a significant contributor to what they like to do. He's out, as well as T. Higgins. So T. Higgins, that takes another weapon off the field that we would have to be concerned with, even though we know it's not Joe Burrow throwing the ball. It's the young kid. But again, some of these guys become safety blankets and safety nets for young quarterbacks, particularly backup quarterbacks. So is it going to be easier to keep a lid on Chase? Jamar Chase might be easier to keep a lid on him because he's going to be primary target. Like I said, guys like Irvin, keep an eye on him. But then guys like Tyler Boyd might get more action. So I'm not mad that T. Higgins is going to be out. It just, it takes one less weapon off the field for them. And that leads me to my point, man. Defensively, I could quickly say what we need to do. We need to make them one-dimensional. I said the same thing when we faced the Cleveland Browns last week and we faced DTR at quarterback. Make the young quarterback beat you. I don't even know this Downing or Browning kid from Cincinnati. That's not a disrespect. I just don't know him. Actually, let me get his name correct. Give me 2 seconds, man. I will at least give him that much respect. Let me see. Let's see. Bengals. And I can also check. I'm going to do Bengals depth chart 2023. Then I can also check where the Cam Taylor-Britt guy, if he's a starter or whatnot. Let's see. Jake Browning is the quarterback. I'm not familiar with him at all. For those of you that may not be familiar with him as well, this guy is not young. He's 27 years old. And he went to college in University of Washington. And let me see, how long has he been in the league? Not really showing me on this site that I'm on. But again, I have no idea who Jake Browning is. We shall see. But as far as their depth chart, defensively, let's see. Left cornerback is Owuzie, who of course I'm familiar with. Right cornerback, Cam Taylor-Britt. He is a starter. So again, if he's unable to go, that's going to be huge and significant for those guys and big for us as well. But like I said, getting back to what our defense needs to do is take the same approach that I said we should take against the Cleveland Browns. Make Jake Browning beat you. Make this guy beat you. Make him have to sit back there in that pocket, scramble for his life, throw the ball 50 times to try to beat this team. Stop Joe Mixon, okay? Keep them from running the football because, Joe Mixon hasn't necessarily killed the Steelers in his tenure, but he is a guy who is capable of getting going. What he has done is he's gotten significant yards when he needed to or when he needed to get a touchdown or first down. He's done that in certain cases against the Steelers, but he hasn't necessarily killed us. So let's not make this a chance for him to do that. We have to keep that under wraps and make it a one-dimensional game. And again, make his targets have to be Jamar Chase, Irwin, and Tyler Boyd and whoever else. I don't know their full complement of players, but again, I feel like we have a better chance of forcing this guy to throw the football and getting them in those type of situations. If we can, not allow them to get third and short, sniff out the run to the best of our ability and try to suffocate them on defense. And again, we kind of did that against the Browns. Had to, in my opinion, same game plan I would have gone with, and it looked like it worked. Our offense just didn't get going. So the defense, if they can come out and kind of pitch the same effort they had against the Browns, I like the chances from a defensive standpoint, given the fact that it's not Joe Burrow. Now, defensively, offensively, attacking their defense. I don't know what to say and I don't know what to expect because this is unlike any approach that we've seen so far this season. We all know Matt Canada was relieved of his duties. We all know right now that Eddie Faulkner will be the offensive coordinator while Mike Sullivan will be calling plays. So I don't know what to expect. But what I would say is since the run game is starting to pick up, try to continue that. Continue running the football and continue to create a balance. Continue to create a balance. And let's not be so predictable. I want us to see, I want us to be in a situation, and I want to see us in a situation where we're more balanced, giving us the latitude to do what we want. We get into a 2nd and 3, a 2nd and 4, that could give us the opportunity to pull out some plays that you may not have seen, or getting the right matchups. That's what I really want to see us focus on, is the right matchup. Not just throwing the ball outside the numbers, like not that same predictable structure and the Hank concept that we love to run. That's really all I got. Balance. Start with the run. The running game is coming alive now. It's coming alive. The life of that run game is there. So let's keep it going. And allow Jaylen Warren to touch the football more than 9 times if he gets it going again. I want us to continue that mix and that, complement of backs, if you will. But honestly, I'm at the point now where maybe Jaylen Warren touches it a little more. He's your spark plug. So focus on the run game, open up that offense a little bit. Let's see if we can infuse some tight end. Can we get Fryer moved down the seam or over the middle? Same for Darnell Washington. Can we take advantage of some of these size matchups that we have with some of these guys? Mike Hilton is going to be caught on a few of these guys playing in the slot. With him at nickel, can we get a size advantage on Mike Hilton and take advantage of that? Would love to see us just take advantage of all of the personnel that we have and get advantageous matchups that you think you can win. And like I said, man, considering the fact that Cincinnati hasn't played outstanding this season, they've had some great games. They've bounced back because they started off pretty bad. But now with, Joe Burrow going down, I'm not sitting here today thinking that the Steelers can't get a win. And let me explain to you why. You guys know I have not been confident in any win attempt or win chances for the Steelers this year, particularly because of their offense. But what I will say is if the Steelers come out and play the same type of game defensively that they played against the Cleveland Browns, which I think is possible, given the fact that this dude Browning is not the starter. If they can give you that type of defensive effort, I think that is enough to win the football game as long as that offense can produce some points. So that's it. Simple game plan, man. Stop the run on defense. Same way you did last week. Force the backup quarterback to beat you. Keep close eyes on the number 1 target, especially with T. Higgins being out. That takes one less guy off the field. It's one less weapon. And offensively, just keep some balance, variety of plays. I want to see a variety of plays attacking variety areas of the field when passing. Get away from the predictability. And if the run game is working, stick to it. And that's all I got. I do think the Steelers have an excellent chance to win this game if they go in with a solid game plan and if the offense can produce any type of sustainable offense. I do think they will be in position to win this game. By how much? By how little? That I can't call. And before I go, I will say, but it would not surprise me if they lose. Because that's the type of team that we've been witnessing this year. Nothing to be predictive about where we could say, yeah, we got this one. Not one time have we felt like that. At least I haven't this season. So there you have it. So that's all I got, man. I look forward to hearing you guys' thoughts and comments. Definitely leave your comments in the comment section. And I'm going to say it one more time. Tomorrow I will be traveling, spending a nice, wonderful day in New York City, doing some great things with wife and some friends. And then on Sunday, I will be traveling, so I will not be able to watch the game in real time. Also got to visit my wife's grandmother as well. She had a procedure done, so we're going to go see her, So I will not be able to watch the game for the most part in real time. And even if I'm able to kind of see it on my phone as I'm stationary, obviously I won't be able to do a after play video right away. But what I plan to do, if I don't see the game, I will watch the condensed version of usually about 30, 40 minutes. And then I will come on at some point tomorrow night to give you my thoughts on what transpired in the game. And hopefully I'm talking about a victory. Hopefully I'm talking about a victory. All right, man. But outside of that, again, if you like the video, do me a favor. 3 things. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications. That's all I ask. Outside of that, I hope you guys have a great rest of the night. Enjoy your evening. Stay well. Stay healthy. God bless. And like always, I thank you for tuning in to the Steelers Before Play. Week 12, Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I shall catch you in the next one. Peace.